Well, we're here to reveal the class, the 12th induction of the United States Auto Club Hall of Fame. As always, it's a diverse group representing the variety of things that the United States Auto Club has done over the years. And again, big thanks to Andy Reinbold and AME Electrical, our presenting sponsor for the second year, and Jerry Petty from Avante Windows and Doors. Last year's luncheon handed us a very generous check, which allows us to put on a first-class affair. Let's get right into it. Our first inductee is a guy out of the stock car world. Tell us about him.
Yes, Jack Bowsher, one of the all-time great drivers and owners of this series, ranks up there near the top in both categories and had some famous drivers in his cars. A.J. Foyt won the championship in one of his cars in 1968, but incredible career on both sides.
Both sides as well, and as Richie mentioned, very much an associate of A.J. Foyt. A.J. certainly held him in the highest regards. Our next inductee, particularly for contemporary fans, they're saying, well, of course, and that's who?
Dave Darland, the People's Champ. What more can you say except when you look up that's just about every USAC sprint car record, you see one name at the top most of the time. It's Dave Darland.
Dave Darland, so respected by his peers, fans, officials, has won so many awards, and again, an opportunity for us to salute the all-time leader in USAC sprint car wins and a Triple Crown Club winner. Next, we're going to go back a few decades to one of the great pillars of the United States Auto Club, both as an official and a supporter and as a car owner.
Yes, Bob Estes. You can call him one of the founding fathers of USAC. He was there in the original meetings. He became the first car owner representative for the series. And on top of that, on the track, he was a multi-time USAC champion as a car owner in the sprint car ranks with Pat O'Connor and Don Branson, AAA champion as well with Pat O'Connor and all that success at the Indy 500, leading laps with Don Freeland, finished third in 56. But just, he was involved in so many facets of the sport on both sides, the economy, mobile economy gas runs, the land speed records, you name it, Bob Estes was involved.
Very much involved in USAC. We turn to a mechanic, a guy who had tremendous success, particularly with Jack Hewitt and Cody Swanson from Ohio, and that's Bob Hampshire.
Yeah, Bob, I mean, what can you say? He was part of probably the two most dominant eras of USAC Silver Crown racing by any driver. First, it was with Jack Hewitt back in 86, 87, winning back-to-back championships and swept all the dirt races that they competed in 86, and then all six of them. And then by the 2014, he had linked up with Cody Swanson, and in a 5-year span, won 4 more championships. Just an incredible career and so many wins, not to mention all the sprint car success, too.
All the sprint car success. And the minute that trailer pulled into the infield, Bob Hampshire was, or trust me, he was a whirlwind. We often salute a promoter or race organizer. And in this particular case, we salute a couple.
Yes, Roger and Linda Holdeman. I mean, Roger himself was a Winchester native, so purchasing the track was a natural thing for him. So, eventually, made all these additions to the track with lights, the tunnel, the new grandstands, and so many great events with double headers, triple headers, everything a fan could want. And eventually, he met Linda, and they wed. They even built a house outside of Turn 1. They sure made the track their home.
Sure did. How many USAC events held there?
123, which currently ranks 7th all time.
123 USAC events on the historic High Bank. Now we turn to a guy who was an official. Now before that, his father was a legendary figure. He raced himself. He was deeply involved in USAC West Coast operations, and he's still deeply involved in racing. His son, Tony, a many-time USAC champion, and that's?
Tommy Hunt.
Tommy Hunt, yes.
Yeah. For many years, he was the head of USAC's West Coast operations, running the super modifieds, Western States midgets, sprint cars, you name it. He oversaw all that, and it really flourished under his leadership. A lot of races out there in those days, and he's one of those guys who's done it all as a driver, owner, promoter, and still doing it today.
Dick Jordan winner this year, which was very important to him and would have been very important to Dick, given that long relationship. When I look at this name for our final inductee, all I can hear is Jim McKay and Sam Posey going, no, no, no. And that was the end of the 1982 500, and our inductee is?
Gordon Johncock. And not to mention, many of us know the IndyCar success, the multiple Indy 500 wins, the championship in '76, but yeah, he was a super modified great in sprint cars, and he even won the 1963 Williams Grove National Open, which I bet you could win a bar bet with that one.
That's right. First winner of the National, Gordon Johncock.
Yes.
I just think many people don't understand that. 20 national championship wins under the USAC banner, a national championship, the 2 500 victories, a long career, a distinguished career, and one that needs to be remembered.
Absolutely, and not to mention winning a USAC sprint car race at Winchester without brakes. I mean, that alone deserves some anointment to the Hall of Fame there.
It does, indeed. July 2nd in the afternoon, the luncheon right here at the USAC office in downtown Speedway. Nice catered meals, sit-down affair. Public is invited. It's the second day of the BC 39. If you're in town, you're looking for a place to stop and eat and lunch and mingle with some racing people, this will be the place to be. That's when we will do the induction. And again, that's courtesy of Andy Reinbold and AME Electrical and Jerry Petty and Avante Windows and Doors. Richie, we're proud of this class and we're glad to present it.
Yeah, what a great class. And as we have talked about, you know, some people say about time and stuff like that. We're catching up. We're only in the 12th year of this induction ceremony, and we've got 70 years of history, and we're inducting 6, 7, 8 at a time. So we've got candidates who range from being around USAC in 1956 to 2023 in this single class right here.
Right.
The 8 candidates, well, I should say inductees now. 8 inductees: Jack Bowsher, Dave Darland, Bob Estes, Bob Hampshire, Roger and Linda Holdeman, Tommy Hunt, and Gordon Johncock. A great crew, and we'll look forward to seeing them and their family members here in July.
July 2nd.